All right, what's up, people? So it's Friday. I'm off work early, and it is calm on the east side, baby. So we're about to have a long weekend of east side diving. It is going down. I got Jinx. We're down here loading up on some goodies before we head up there. Don't know where we're gonna dive yet. We're gonna check some spots out, see what's up. May go to Epan. May go to Inaraha, we may hit Best. I mean, who knows? So we're just gonna go check it out and see what's up. Super excited about this. It's not this flat this often, so when it is, you gotta hit it. All right, we're gonna give Bear Rock a try. I hope the current's pulling the right way here, because if it's not, we're just gonna get out of the water and go somewhere else. So I guess this is the first spot. We'll see what's up, see what's happening. And we're gonna start this video off with a kill, because this is how happening it was on the east side. There you go, warm up dive, and popped one right off the bat. So there you go, you know what's happening. And then tons of cool life out here. I saw this little nurse shark you can see hanging out in the sand to the right over there. And you know there's a lot of fish around when I'm being picky and not really paying any attention to that blue jack that's swimming right by me right now, or his buddy that swims by in just a second. And this whole video is a combination of our dives from the the last few days over the weekend. I think even into Monday, we did a lot of diving and hit a lot of spots that we usually don't go. And I did a lot of Tataga fishing this weekend. I usually don't do a whole lot of Tataga fishing, but it is fun and they are tasty. So I decided to get a little bit into that and do some of that. And the east side is the place to do it, because there are tons of unicorn fish over here. There are also tons of these guys. Look at that bull black tip just swimming along there. And I got a big Tataga on my stringer, so he's kind of checking that out. So I just give him a little nudge. And if you notice, the reef over here is really, really beautiful. It's the best reef on the whole island, specifically in the Bear Rock area, all the way down to Best. It's some of the best reef, the healthiest reef you're gonna find, and there's just tons of fish out here. And this is a big guy, probably 6 pounds, and I'll put the pause button on him. And I'm shallow water fishing right now. I'm probably only in 25, 30 feet of water. So I got time to, wrap this guy up and bring him back up to the surface with me. And I've been diving so much, I haven't fixed my my gun not floating issue. So, but diving too much is a pretty good problem to have, I guess. We are still on day one here, and I've already nabbed a few fish, and now I'm being kind of picky. I'm going down and taking my time and waiting on something bigger to show up. And the best thing about the coral over here is there's all kinds of places to hide. Like, I can go down on one side of these coral heads and just flatten out and just stay there until something pops around the corner or something shows up, and it just provides good cover, which is something you really need when hunting these guys, because they're kind of hard to get at from time to time. And that's a good sized dude right there. And for some of these kills, I don't have any GoPro footage of me bringing up the fish, but for some of them I do. And I actually had a whole lot more than what's in this episode. I was having major GoPro issues with my GoPro overheating from being out in the water so much and the sun catching it and just a bunch of stuff. So And this is another one of those Tataga drops. I just drop down here and hide on one side of these coral heads. And I do grunt for these guys. They are very curious, so if they hear grunting or any type of scratching, they will come in. But usually they stay right out of gun range if they can. So hunting them without cover and without sound is pretty hard unless you can get them in the cracks. But this particular video is pretty cool because I got the trio following me around here. Check these guys out. Just hanging out. And these guys followed me the rest of the dive, and I think they were even there the next day. I think this is right as I'm about to get out of the water. I've moved into a shallower area. I think I'm in like 10 feet of water right now, and I was moving back towards the reef, towards the get out, and I just noticed this area to be super fishy, and there were big unicorn fish moving around, so I decided to do a drop here. I'm taking my time, just staying low. Get my gun out. I think I'm going to get that guy, but nope. He decommits, so I pull my gun back and just play it a little patient. Then I'm like, ooh, let me check over this rock and see what's over here. And there are some guys over here that have not noticed me yet. So I peek over the rock, and one of them gets a little too close, and there he goes. All right, and this is the get out. So you can see over to the left-hand side there. That's kind of like an old hotel rest area that's in Arahan. It's just north of Best. And getting out in this area, if it's not calm, is pretty impossible. Those cracks go on forever like that, and the waves crash over top of them. But if you can get here while it's calm, getting out right here is probably the best spot to get out. It's pretty easy. We've actually moved into my get in at Epan. I'm at First Beach, and if you notice off to the left at First Beach, there's a little channel, and this is where we get in the water at. It's pretty dangerous to get in the water over here. Anybody who goes over there, you know the waves crash off those rocks. So unless you know really where to go and what you're doing, it gets kind of tough. And the fishing was pretty good over here too. New day, new gun. So I get out here and I take this this warm-up drop. There's all these barracuda, school of blackfin swimming above me. There's a couple little jacks moving around. It's just beautiful. Just some really nice reef and some really cool structure. And I think at this point in the video, we flip back and forth between Epan and Bear Rock, because we did hit two different spots this day. And yep, we're at Bear Rock. And this is I think this was one of my deepest drops of this day. I'm sitting right at around I think 60 feet. And you can see these big jacks moving in, man. And I just cannot swing my gun around fast enough to get at them, but they're pretty interested in me. But by the time I turn back around, they're heading out. So I just sit here for a minute, wait to see if anything's gonna come in, and then I go full abort on this dive and head back up. All right, I moved out to a little bit deeper. I think I was doing probably 75, 80-foot drops here, and those drops counted for nothing because these guys just came up, swam right up to me. This is a pretty big bluefin right here. You can see when I shoot him, that reel starts screaming, and he takes that line all the way down to the bottom. And I am kicking and fighting to keep this guy from, from touching the rocks and maybe disengaging that flopper and just bouncing off. I eventually managed to get him back up. And still having GoPro issues. Just couldn't get the GoPro to cooperate to come on for pictures of fish. And this is one of those 80-foot drops, I believe. Or around 75, I think so. And this is a pretty good little area. On this reef flat, just right out in front of me, there are always tons of fish. And it doesn't matter what day you go, there's something different out there every day. I get big mamulin that move in here, tons of parrotfish, jacks. I mean, everything you could think of. You can see that moo in the background and these big tataga that are sweeping in. Another big moo just comes into the picture. And I'm aiming at this guy, but I overshoot him by just a little bit. And I have a perfect bead on him, and I shot right over top of him, which was a shame because he was a good sized one. All right, we're still out at Bear Rock here, and the turtles are still out here. These two turtles that hang out in this area are always here, and they always come to check you out. They're super curious. So curious that they will literally get right up in your face and try to ruin the fishing. So those two guys, and I'm pretty sure there's another one off to the left again. All right, check this drop out. Look how beautiful it is. All these tatagas sitting around here, and just tons of fish moving in and moving out. And this guy does the same thing they always do, gets a little too close and hit him with that pause button. All right, I'm pretty sure we moved over to Epan now. This is out at First Beach, and this is one of my favorite shots of all the days of diving. Is this gigantic tan-faced parrotfish, and I'd moved in on these guys a couple of times, so I had to kind of follow him around to get in close enough, and eventually he does get in close enough, so I was able to nab him with a shot, and he was a good-sized dude. He's actually the biggest tan-face I've ever shot. And he put up a decent little fight, too. He fought all the way to the end. I did get kind of lucky. I shot him a little bit high. Anytime you shoot these guys low, you run the risk of them ripping off. They're really tender in the stomach area, and they tend to tear off pretty easy. So his fins actually saved me, and I was able to land him because of that. There's Jeremiah rolling in. He saw this big fat dude, and he was like, "Whoa, what's that?" This is me heading back in towards the get out of Epan, and if you look closely in one of these holes of this rock, you see lobster antennas. They're right down in here. I don't know if you can see them on the camera, but right back in this crack. There they are. Right there he is. And daytime lobster is something that's really, really hard to come by out here. So I sit here in the middle of this channel with it kind of raging, and I'm trying to snatch this lobster out of the hole, but the hole's pretty small for me to be able to reach back in there and actually grab him and pull him out. They're pretty strong. Once they get their legs locked in, it's kind of hard to get them out unless you pry them out. And I'm not a big fan of killing the lobsters just to get them out. I think they taste better if you don't kill them, leading up to eating them. If you just wait until the very last second. I managed to flop my butt up on this rock, and I'm unloading my gun and getting out of the water, and Jeremiah is right behind me. All right, that was a fun-filled day. All kinds of fish. The cooler's full. Check this out. Oh yeah. All right, guys, so that does it. I've included some pics here at the end because a lot of these kills we just didn't get on camera due to my GoPro issues. But yeah, if you enjoy it, please hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll be back here soon.